Welcome to a new anime review series. This is Ranma Half, Part 1. As for how many parts this particular series can last for, I don't know. It might be close to 20 because the series is 161 episodes, which will make this the first triple digit series I've done since I completed Case Closed. Though I'm going to be doing a slight detour after the review of the first season of the show. Yep, where as the first season, I'm planning on starting another anime, but it'll happen at the finish reading its manga, of course. Okay, Renma Half, which was a manga that lasted for a little over chapters. Yep, and it was created by a woman named Rumiko Terahoshi, yes. The same woman who created Inuyasha. And when I read the manga, I'm like, I get the fact, yes, it's the same style as Inuyasha, but is it just me, or is that a lot of the characters of the series are blatant rip-offs, or basically reused character designs from this particular series? Anybody's probably seen. Now, this series made its debut like roughly back in 1989, and now at this particular review, I'm only going to cover the first 6 episodes. And watching these 6 episodes, I come to realize though, not a lot of progression in 6 episodes. Unlike a lot of other series I've watched, or episode 6 where a lot of stuff has happened, here, not a heck of a lot of stuff happens. Like, my gosh, there's a minor plot thread that manages to spring it out for 4 episodes. Yep. Now, pretty much, these are the characters you have for this particular series. Rema, the martial artist of the series, because the series of martial arts are a bit of a romantic comedy in a way. He is the main character of the series, and he has the ability to turn into a woman. I'll get to the explanation for that. We have Flower Genma, who can turn into a freaking giant panda. Yep, he can turn into a panda. Unlike in the manga, if he wanted to speak, he had these comedic place signs that he carried around. Not in the anime. Nope. For some reason, they decided not to include that for some strange reason. And apparently, half the time in the series, he spends almost an entire episode as a freaking panda. Why the heck the anime did this for, I have no idea. We also get used to. Technically, you can kind of think of her as the main female series. Commonly described as a tomboy. Yep. Here's kind of the strange thing about her. In the manga, her hair is a lot shorter, like rough, like down here. In the anime, it's basically just past or mid of her back. I'm not really sure of why they did this for, but it's particularly very weird. Also, when Rema turns into a girl, his hair changes color as well. Aside from the fact he looks very, let's say, much like a woman. You see, Renma is basically a raven haired guy. When he's a girl, he's a redhead. Despite the fact he changed to a girl, not much has changed by him. And all his outfit is simply this: a Chinese top, red with black pants. Apparently, the bottom of the pants are tied. Would not bother him? I guess not. Also, he wears black slippers. That's his. Also, he has wristbands on. He probably got the idea. My guess is the writer of the series must get the idea of the main character wearing wristbands, probably from DBZ. It's possible. I don't know. The series both being published at the same time. hmm Yep. And we also get two siblings. Well, first we have Santindo. Yep. He's the head of the household, and he's the father. We also have Nabagashi, who is the middle child. Doesn't do a lot in the series. She pops up maybe for other episodes I watched, about 2 or 3 episodes. Doesn't really go anywhere. And Kasumi, the older sister, who kind of looks like a surrogate mother to her own sisters. Oh, and here's kind of the strange thing. These girls' mother, no explanation what the heck happened to her. Like, what her name is. The manga never explained this at all. It's implied that Aki's father might be a widower, but the thing is, their mother is never mentioned in the whole series. Renma's mother actually makes a physical appearance in the series. Not Aki's mother. Nope. She didn't show up at all. Also, for some reason, Jenna, Ranma's father, and Jean. Apparently, for some reason, these two guys have got red skin for some reason. These guys stay in the sun for too long? Also, when Gemma basically is not being a panda, his glasses are particularly very weird style, where instead of having temples, it's kind of like straps to hold on to his head. And apparently, they stay kind of on him when he turns to a freaking like whenever he switches back over between panda and himself. Like when he's a panda, the glasses come off. When he's human, the glasses mysteriously turn back on. Yes, how the process of basically Jinma and Rema turn into their basically respective selves is they get exposed to cold water. If they get exposed to cold water, the two get turned into Rema turns into a girl, and Gemma turns into a freaking panda. The only way to turn back is with hot water. Usually a lot of time, basically from a hot kettle. Yep. Despite the fact they can also basically just turn on a sink, fill a cup with hot water, dump on their head, bam, done. Could do that, but nope. It's basically a recurring gag in the series, basically about the big hot yellow kettle that somehow these characters have that has constantly carried around the series. As for where the heck this pot came from, no idea. Or when in the world it was filled with hot water, never explained. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff of this series never explained. What is explained how the transformation is caused. The first episode starts off with a girl walking the streets of, I think this is supposed to be Tokyo. They don't say what the city is, and accompanied by a giant panda. Yep, they go to the destination, and it's the Tenda House. Also, it's revealed that Akeno and Ranma are engaged. Yep, arranged by their fathers. Why? Because they want to continue the dojo. Why? Now I get Ranma. Why Akeno specifically the series. The anime basically kind of throws away because well she has like guys. The actual reason is never explained. Of why in the world that of the three beautiful daughters this guy has, he chooses the youngest. Though my personal guess is because they're around the same age, and it probably for Ram would be uncomfortable to date a woman who's 19. He's supposed to be 16. Yep. Oh yeah, and how they revealed that about the transformation is quite interesting. Yeah, Renma basically just walks upstairs to, of course, of course, her father, basically, Anko's kind of recognizes him because of his face, but doesn't realize though that this is a girl. So goes upstairs, takes a bath, and then he turns back to his guy self. And then Akano basically screams, and before this happened, we have it where Genma basically transforms himself back from a panda back to his normal self. Oh yeah, and his outfit that he's seen in these episodes, it's a white karate outfit. Yep. Akino's father is simply like a grayish attire with a black belt. Genma basically is all white. Even his belt is white. He doesn't even wear shoes. Yep. Also, Renma and his father constantly with each other. Like they even get into sparring matches in like almost every episode before they even have breakfast. Yep. And how it's explained now it is explained of how in the world this happened. They just happened to come across an island full of these special springs that are cursed. And Gemma fell while they were training. He fell into one. Now in the manga, they show these bamboo sticks there, which were not there in the manga. They must add those here in the anime for some strange reason. I don't know why. Yeah, that's a common thing. Basically, the series going on top of like various thin things to stand on, which is kind of very common. Some basically Japanese fiction, basically characters doing that. Here, there's no real explanation for it. They just training. They just do some sparring. John falls into a pool where a panda drowned. That's why he turns into a freaking panda. Redma drops into one that transforms into a woman. By the way, in case you're wondering, do they ever revisit this particular spring? Yes. Not at this point in the series. Nope, this happens like during the last like 100 chapters of the series, they finally get a chance to revisit this place. Yep, and by the way, they apparently were traveling in China. Yeah, the explanation for this is the fact that Genma basically just ran away from. Genma basically took his son, ran away, he fled the country for some reason, just do some training. And some of the stuff for the training is kind of explained, like during the course of the series, but not all out. It just basically that the whole transformation thing that happened like 1 month prior to the start of the series. That part is true from the manga. That part is exactly true. Like that's not much change there. But as for why I decided to train them, because I probably just feel like apparently swam there. It's the ocean. Why the heck would they swim around the frickin' ocean for? This honestly makes no sense. Whether I don't know, have a frickin' boat? Nope. They don't. So that's how they explain it, and they decide just to live with the Tiger household. Okay. The very next episode is going to high school. Oh, in case you're wondering, is the outfit that Akeno and his sister's wearing to high school, is that the outfits they were in the manga? Why, yes, it is. Though I would think because this in particular I thought was really weird. I would have thought that they would basically wear, because a lot of times see in Japanese fiction that girls basically who go to like middle school or high school usually they dress in like sort of like sailor outfits. Why the heck is this dress thing is never explained. And in case you're wondering, does Ranma actually have a school uniform? He actually does not, but he does go through several different outfits over the course of the series. Yeah, he does. And when they get to school, first day, Akino basically has to fight through about 20 guys to get inside because they all basically want her. Because of one guy. Yes, a guy by the name. He's a Kendo's guy. He's basically look it up. Yeah, and basically is Kono. The one Kono. Yeah, this particular thing with them, this lasts for about 3 episodes. This little fight between the three of them, like they fight, but they get late for class. So they have to stand outside holding a water bucket for some reason. Yeah, this is the first series I've ever seen where characters do this. Where they're late for class, they have to stand outside holding a water bucket. So the other guy basically who found out about Ranma and Echo being engaged, and he gets angry about it, carries his 2 buckets. It's actually the next episode. Challenge Ranma to a fight. He's like, okay, now here's 2 confined space. So they jump out a window and they happen to fall in the swimming pool. Yep, and that's Ranma transforms into a girl. That's the next episode begins, by the way. And of course, Kendo decided to just grope her breast really hard. And then he gets out, beats him up, and he comes to have an obsession with the pigtail girl. Yep. This lasts for about until the following episode, where and of course Akino's sister decided to tease him with basically pictures of her. Well, Ren when he's in his girlfriend, he's asleep. Yep. And Akino when she's doing her strength stuff. Yep. They get challenged to a fight. Ranma beats him pretty easily, and well, that's pretty much all I can say about the matter about this guy. Yep, because he got beat, the guys just stopped attacking these two on their first day of school. And of course, well, over the course of the next couple episodes, well, for episodes 5 and 6, we have the debut of the Doctor, Dr. Teru, who they visit basically, I think it was back in episode 2, I think it was. They visit him briefly and they run off to school, and then After Ranma says something bad to Akino, she proceeds to beat the living crap out, apparently breaking all of his limbs. They go visit the doctor, and he heals him pretty quickly too, in a span of about 3 minutes. And he's perfectly fine, though he does also, for some reason, decide to dislocate his tailbone for some strange reason, causing him to basically, well, they're walking home, to lose his legs. And then he basically, without being embarrassed, be piggyback, giving a girl giving him a piggyback ride. So she transforms to a girl. Then they just basically walk home. Next episode, and then of course the very next day they go visit him again after he gets hit in the face with a freaking softball. Like this time, this one was by complete accident. First time wasn't on purpose. This time was by complete accident. And they realize that after receiving a phone call, they have to leave because her sister's gonna show up. Oh yeah, and it's revealed that the doctor is in love with his sister, and he's basically spacing out, and he basically becomes sort of a, let's just say, not a very good doctor when she shows up. His glasses get fogged up when he sees her, and he goes freaking nuts. And apparently this has been like this for years, according to Aquino explaining the next episode. Yep. It's like when an old lady who actually prior to this, when she sees her, she's like, okay, I left the kid running, I'm gonna go. And then she tells the guy who's about to visit him, he says, oh, she's here. It's like, oh crap, like I'm gonna reschedule because of there, because it'll cost them more than what they should because he's there. Also, Genma basically decides to start working for him as a secretary for some reason. The reason why he did this is never explained. Yep. So he just carries around basically transporting tea. And then, of course, briefly, Ranma gets turned back to a girl. And then he goes back to, well, back to the doctor's office, get back his bed, his ex left there. And he sees his dad reading a magazine. He says, hey, Pops, you have some hot water I can borrow? He gives him the kettle. Dumps on the set, turn back to normal. And his father uses the same thing to turn himself back to normal from being a panda. Yep. And, well, yeah, the episode doesn't really go anyplace, and they have a conversation, they get into a fight, and it was over Aquino. Basically, because apparently he hurt her feelings, and they kind of make up by the end of the episode. At one point, he kind of goes to her bedroom, but he doesn't really. I mean, he's on her windowsill, and he says, hey, get out of my room. Really? He's standing on your windowsill, and yet you say he's getting your room. I don't get it. Yeah, but not much else to say about these 6 episodes. It's like, okay, I'm still kind of interested in the series, especially since I like the manga. But man, if you watch the series, it's kind of like they leave so much stuff unexplained. Inuyasha was a lot more interesting than this. But the only reason why I'm watching this series is because it's the same person to Inuyasha. That's the only reason why. Oh, and what's now apparently 2 different dubs. Yeah, the one I don't think it was Viz Media. It was one. I'm not really sure. Because excuse me. Yeah, it was done by different companies. One was Viz Media and Flex. As for who the heck basically that is the voice of these people, like this is a particular look at basically who does all the voice acting for this. And how about this? There is no real explanation. Um, like I don't know who these people are. I think I recognize maybe one person here, but that's probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But not much else to say when it comes to these episodes. They're pretty good. Got animation. Yep. Aside from that, not much else to say about the first 6 episodes of Ranma Half. yes, when I finish up season 1, I will review what I am going to do briefly as a break. But this is basically a series that probably take me a while to get through, and a series I can actually take breaks from. Yes, because unlike in the manga, now here's kind of the strange thing. Unlike Inuyasha has a good plot going through it, the plot for this series is not much. But the only reason why I read the manga, same writer. I did find the series pretty fun, but not as heavily engaging as a lot of other manga I've read. That's basically just short of it. Yeah, but not much else to say about this particular 6 episodes I watched. But start with next episode, we're gonna start a debut of a whole boatload of characters. Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff about the series. I'm not gonna explain this video because those characters haven't shown up yet. That's the simple gist of it. So that's it for this particular video. Now, as for part 2, I'm probably going to cover probably episode 6 to probably, I'd say, 12. Yeah, 6 to 12 probably seems good enough. And part 3 will cover the last 6 episodes of the season. Yep, that'll be part 3. Next review will be a movie review of the last officially released MCU film, okay? But this next few, that'll be soon, but I'm going to put this up first, and how about that, okay? Do this next video. Bye.